Hello children, now we meet again in part 4 of comparing quantities. In this part, we are going to understand example 6, 7, 8 and 9 of your textbook. These examples are based on what we had learnt in part 3, that is how to find increase or decrease in percentage and how to find percentage profit or percentage loss. So let's begin with example 6 of your textbook. Example 6, the question goes something like this. A shopkeeper purchased 200 bulbs for rupees 10 each. However, 5 bulbs were fused and had to be thrown away. The remaining were sold at rupees 12 each. Find the gain or loss percentage. That means the shopkeeper, he purchased 200 bulbs at rupees 10 each. After that, 5 bulbs were fused and had to be thrown away. And he is selling the remaining ones at rupees 12 each. So you have to find whether he gains profit or loss, and that profit or loss is how much in percentage. So first let us find the cost price of 200 bulbs. Cost price of one bulb is given to be rupees 10. So naturally the cost price of 200 bulbs is equal to 200 into 10 and you get rupees 2000. Now 5 bulbs were fused. So you first write down number of bulbs fused, which is equal to 5. So remaining bulbs will be 195. How? 200 minus 5 is equal to 195. Now these 195 bulbs were sold for rupees 12 each. So I write first selling price of one bulb is equal to rupees 12. Therefore, selling price of 195 bulbs is equal to rupees 195 into 12, that is equal to rupees 2340. So your selling price was rupees 2340 and the cost price was rupees 2000. Selling price is more than the cost price. Therefore, it is profit. Now, how much is that profit? So, profit is selling price minus the cost price, which is equal to rupees 340. But you are asked percentage gain. So, percentage profit or profit percent, we write down the formula first. Profit upon CP into 100. Profit was how much? 340 upon the cost price, which was 2000 into 100. So 0 and 0 cancel and 1 0 and another 0 will get cancelled here. 2 ones are and 2 17s are, which is equal to 17%. So the profit percent is equal to 17%. So I hope you all have understood this. First find the cost price, then remove the fused bulbs, so find the remaining bulbs. After that, selling price, you find selling price of one bulb is given. So selling price of 195 bulbs you find out. Now first equate selling price is more than the cost price, therefore it is profit. Find the profit and then to find the profit percent, use the formula profit upon CP into 100. So 0 and 1 0 gets cancelled and 2 zeros get cancelled. 2 ones are and 2 17s are. So profit percent is equal to 17%. Now let's move on to example 7. Example 7. Meenu bought 2 fans for rupees 1200 each. She is buying 2 fans and each the cost price is 1200. She sold one at a loss of 5% and the other at a profit of 10%. So she sold one at a loss of 5% and other at a profit of 10%. Find the selling price of each. Also find out total profit or loss. So first of all, whatever we know the cost price of each fan. So first we will take one fan only. So cost price of one fan is rupees 1200. So therefore cost price of two fan is 1200 into 2, which is equal to rupees 2400. Now she is selling one at a loss of 5%. She is selling that one at a loss of 5%. That means this 5% means what? This means that if CP is 100, SP is 95. That is, on each 100 rupees she has a loss of rupees 5. So if CP is rupees 100, SP is 95. So if CP is rupees 1200, SP is equal to 95 upon 100 into 1200. How did this come? See, you can equate it in your rough work. Take your rough work as you write down here CP, you write down here SP. When CP was 100, SP was 95. But when CP is 1200, how much is the SP? You cross multiply. You have learned cross multiplication method. Whatever is with the question mark will always come in the denominator. So what is with the question mark? 100. So 100 comes into the denominator and 95 into 1200 will come in the numerator. So 0 and 0 will get cancelled and 95 into 12 is equal to rupees 1140. So this was the selling price of one fan which was sold at a loss of 5%. The same way, let us find out the selling price of another fan which was sold with a profit of 10%. It means that if CP is 100, selling price will be 110. Selling price is 110. So if CP is 1200, selling price is how much? Again, equate it in your rough work if you can't understand how to equate. Write CP, write SP. When CP was 100, SP was 110. When CP was 1200, how much is the selling price? Whatever is with the question mark, you write in the denominator. And you multiply this 1200 with 1110. So 0 and 0 gets cancelled and you get 12 into 110. So you get rupees 1320. Now, total selling price of both the fans, that means SP of both the fans, which is equal to rupees 1140 plus rupees 1320. So that is equal to rupees 2460. So selling price is greater than cost price. Why? Because selling price is 2460. Whereas the cost price was 2400. So therefore it is profit. And how much is that profit? Profit is equal to SP minus CP, which is equal to rupees 2460 minus rupees 2400, which is equal to rupees 60. So the profit of rupees 60 is the answer. There was a profit of rupees 60. I hope you have understood. If you have not understood, you can again give a pause and see it again. So let's start with example 8. Before starting with example 8, let me tell you something about sales tax or value added tax. Whenever we go to any shop or we go to any restaurant, we buy some item. Whatever is the bill amount, whatever was the cost price, on that there is a sales tax. and we have to pay the sales tax, or we have to added tax. We have to pay that value added tax. And that addition of both the bill amount plus the value added tax or the sales tax, that we have to pay. Everyone have to pay this. So let's see first, what does the sales tax mean? ST means sales tax, that is the short form for sales tax, which we pay when we buy items. When we buy certain items, we have to pay this. When we buy TV, refrigerator, government has charged some tax on it, and we have to pay that tax. So what is a sales tax? This can be asked in the form of a blank. So this sales tax is charged by the government on the sale of an item. It is collected by the shopkeeper from the customer and given to the government, and that's why they give it to the government. This is therefore always on the selling price of an item and is added to the value of the bill. These days, however, the prices include the tax known as value added tax. So nowadays what they do is they include it in the item only, the sale price of the item, and it is known as value added tax. So I hope you have understood what is a sales tax. When we buy some item, we pay some extra charge on that item because government has charged on it. We have to pay that tax. And nowadays, when you go to buy anything, a refrigerator or a TV, this value added tax is already in the sale price of that item. It is already added. So you don't know that how much you are paying it. So that is known as value added tax. So let us take some examples on sale tax and value added tax. Example 8, which is finding sales tax. The cost of a pair of roller skates at a shop was rupees 450. The sales tax charged was 5%. Find the bill amount. Now sales tax charged was 5%. So you write down how much is the sales tax, which is 5%. This means that on rupees 100, the tax paid was rupees 5. So on rupees 100, the tax paid was rupees 5. So on rupees 450, the tax paid will be 5 into cross multiplication again. So 450 into 5 upon 100, which is equal to 45 upon 2, and that is equal to rupees 22.50. You can also write this as 5% of rupees 450, that is 5 upon 100 into 450. Either way, the answer will come same. Once again, tax charged is 5%. That means 5% means what? On rupees 100, tax paid was rupees 5. What is the selling price here? Rupees 450. So on rupees 450, tax paid will be how much? So that is equal to rupees 22.50. So the bill amount means the cost price or the sale price, whatever you take, plus the sales tax. Cost price will be for the buyer and sale price will be for the seller. So that is rupees 450 plus rupees 22.50, that gives you rupees 472.50. So this is how you find the sales tax. Now how to find value added tax? I told you value added tax is already included in the sale price of an item. So here Wahida bought an air cooler for rupees 3,300, including a tax of 10%. This 10% tax was already included in it. So find the price of the air cooler before VAT was added. So you have to find the cost price of the cooler before this 10% was added. So first of all, how much is that 10% you find out. So here 10% VAT means what? On rupees 100. VAT is rupees, without VAT is rupees 100, then the price including VAT is rupees 110. What does 10% VAT means? That if the price without VAT, that means if the original price was 100, then the price including the VAT, that means the value added tax, is rupees 110. Now when the price including VAT is rupees 3,300, when the price including VAT is rupees 3,300, the original price is how much? What is the original price? So we write here 3,300 into 100 upon 110. Once again I explain, when there is a 10% tax means what? That means when the cost price or when the price including or excluding VAT was 100. When the original price was 100, then the price including VAT was 110. When the original price was 100, including VAT would be 110. Isn't it? So now I form it in another manner because I am given the price including the VAT. So I first write when the price including the VAT is rupees 110, original price is rupees 100. So when the price including tax is rupees 3,300, the original price is equal to how much? So 3,300 into 100 upon 110. Once again, if those who have not understood, price without VAT was 100, and because it is 10% VAT, so price including VAT will be 110. Now I just write this first and this later on. Why? Because I am given price including VAT. So first I will write when the price including VAT is rupees 110, original price is rupees 100. So when the price including the tax is rupees 3,300, the original price is equal to how much? I can equate it for cross multiplication. So 3,300 into 100 upon 110, which is equal to rupees 3,000. So answer is rupees 3,000. I hope you all have understood. So now your exercise 8.2 is based on all these examples. So we will start our exercise 8.2 in our next part. So till then, you will write down all these examples in your classwork book. When you write down, you understand it better. So children, make a point that you write down all these examples in your classwork book. So till then, stay home, stay safe.